Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. This is part 4 of our pop-up camper renovation. We just got home from church and I'm actually about to get my little mommy alone time for the week. I drive into Starbucks sometimes and it's almost 30 miles away, so it's way too far to drive for just a drink, but for some quiet time in the car, like to refresh for the week, it's perfect. So I'm gonna do that, but Kaylin asked me to come take a look at one of the accent walls that he's gonna be doing, so I'm gonna go do that now, and then the next step I think is gonna be curtain color.
The question is, we only have enough of the white to do one side or the other. Which side do you want it to be?
You said that side would be way easier. Right here. I think that's pretty.
We can do it on either side. This side I would prefer to do something on, just because we've got some water issues.
Yeah, do it there.
How big of a gap?
That's good.
2 nickels? Or 3 nickels?
What do you think? A little bit.
2 nickels.
2 nickels?
There's 3 nickels.
I think 2 nickels for this scale is fine.
Okay, so
small scale.
2 nickels.
Alright. Yep.
In case this makes it to YouTube, that is what a lot of people do, is they measure it by nickels, and then you tape 2 nickels together as your spacers. You put one up, put the spacer there, put your second one up, and pull the nickels out. So, I mean, I'm not saying me as a contractor does it that way, but, you know, you can do it that way.
It's your nickel tutorial.
Just showing y'all.
Okay. I am back from Starbucks. I got my drink. We closed this up and turned on the AC, so you can probably hear it in this video. Hopefully you can hear me too. And I am going to buckle down and attempt to make a curtain. And I haven't sewn anything in over 20 years, so unlike Kaylin, who actually knows what he's doing, I don't really know what I'm doing. So if this works, you'll be really encouraged to try it yourself, and if not, I won't post it. But I got this Stitch Witchery Fusion, so supposedly you just fold the ends of the fabric over and iron it. And I have a curtain panel I saved a curtain panel from each section just for measurement, and I'm going to cut my fabric. I'm going to snip these C-hooks off, and those will be the only thing that I'll sew back on. It looks like I can sew them back on once I'm finished, so we'll see how this goes. The holes to attach the C-hooks back to the curtains ended up being way too small. After breaking several needles, we decided they needed to be bigger. So the guys drilled us some bigger holes, and we've spent a few nights, the girls and I, sewing on the C-hooks to the top of the curtains. It's the only sewing we had to do for this project. I have 2 products I'm using instead of a sewing machine to make these curtains. The first is the Stitch Witchery, which I'm doing for the hem. And then the second is this Heat and Bond, which came in a big old roll, and I've just been cutting strips of it. And I've used that to adhere the body of the backing to the curtain, just to the whole body of it here. So I'll show you real quick how I did that. It's working very well. I'm very pleased with it. Okay, so as you can see, I have cut the flannel to size, and I am very scientific and precise. Not really. It's pretty forgiving. but the fact that the flannel sticks well to the fabric means it's easy to get the wrinkles out. And I'm using the Heat and Bond for the main body of it, I've already pressed these down for the 2 minutes, or sorry, 2 seconds to get it on there, and then you just peel it off. I'll peel off all 3, and then I just press it for 8 more seconds, and then I will do the stitch witchery for the hem. I'll put that around the edges and fold that in. I'll give you a quick tip too for the stitch witchery. Make sure that your rag or your washcloth is very wet. It needs moisture to be able to bond. The heat and bond doesn't need any moisture, but the stitch witchery definitely needs a good amount of moisture. Alright, besides the C-hooks that we hung the curtains with, the only other part that I kept was this mesh at the top, and I wanted to attach our fabric to that and keep the mesh because I wanted air or heat to be able to flow through into these bunk beds really well. I also didn't put any backing on the bunk bed curtains because at night you can't see through these, and again I wanted air and heat to be able to go through really well. So well, I'm about done with the curtains. That's probably it for this video. We did learn something about the fabric for the curtains.
Don't buy fabric from Walmart.
Well, we bought all that Walmart had for the curtains, knowing that we could order more. Such a big store that, you know, we could order more, but it took 4 weeks.
And then they couldn't find it. It came in and they're like, oh yeah, it shows to come in. So I had to go back 3 times before they actually found it.
Yeah, so maybe if you can buy all of it at once. I'm still not exactly sure how much we used.
A lot.
I
went to 3 different stores and bought them out, and then we ordered more.
Yeah, so we're not very helpful as far as how much fabric to get, but
A lot.
just get a lot.
It was our biggest expense. Let's put it that way.
It was for sure, but it's also gonna change the way that the inside looks more than painting and fabric
and floor. Just basically the whole thing. I mean.
Anyways, next time we will give you a grand finale tour of what it looks like all finished with everything done. Thanks for joining us again.
Probably about 6 months, so just be patient.
No,